Welcome to the Changemaking Series by Tinker Champs, who are on a mission to educate their fellow ATL students on a variety of topics of mutual interest. As part of this mission, Tinker Champs are bringing out several micro-learning modules on tinkering, problem-solving, innovation, entrepreneurship and change-making and other topics. In this 10-part video series, Tinker Champs will help you understand the essentials of change-making, and how you can be a change-maker too. Each video is approximately 5 to 10 minutes and includes a change-making activity for you to attempt. Without further ado, let's start with episode 10 by Tinker Champ Vidya Sharma, a class 10 student from New Delhi and a budding changemaker herself.
Hey, welcome. Have you ever looked at a problem, big or small, and just thought, man, someone should really do something about that? Well, today we're going to talk about how that someone can actually be you. We're diving into what it means to be a changemaker, which is really just a cool way of saying you have the power to make a real difference right now. So let's get into it. You know, it always starts with this, a super simple moment. Maybe you see trash in your favorite park, or you notice a friend is really struggling with their homework, or maybe it's a bigger issue in your community that just gets under your skin. You see it, and for some reason, it sticks with you. That little nagging thought, that's it. That's the seed. And boom, just like that, you're on your way. Seriously, the most critical step in making any kind of impact is just noticing. It's not about having some giant, perfectly formed plan to save the world on day one. Nope. It's about seeing that gap, that need, and just letting yourself get curious about it. That's the spark. Okay, but here's where a lot of us hit a wall. It's something called the inspiration gap. You know that little voice in your head that whispers, my idea's too small, or I don't have enough money or time, or the classic, who am I to even try and fix this? That feeling that your idea just isn't big enough to matter, we need to bust that myth right now. This is so important. Every huge movement, every game-changing invention, it all started with one small, totally manageable action. The point isn't to solve the entire problem overnight. The point is just to begin. That first tiny step, that's what gets you across the inspiration gap. It's what turns you from someone who just thinks about problems into someone who actually does something about them. So, you've taken that first step. Awesome. Now, how do you get other people to care? How do you find a team, or get a teacher to support you, or convince anyone that your idea is worth it? Well, you tell a story, a really powerful, clear story. And lucky for us, there's a simple roadmap for building one. Here they are: the problem, the spark, the action, and the impact. These 4 pillars are basically the secret sauce to a great changemaker story. Think of them as the 4 chapters that take someone from, huh, to, wow, how can I help? First up, the problem. This is your hook. This is where you connect with people's hearts before you even get to their heads. This isn't the time for dry statistics like 20% of students. No way. This is where you paint a picture. You've got to make the problem feel real, personal, and urgent, so people truly get why your project needs to exist. Now, see what's so brilliant about this? It takes a big, abstract problem and makes it about one person. We're not talking about a faceless group anymore. We're talking about a single student feeling stressed out and left behind. You can instantly picture that, right? That's how you build empathy. You make the problem human. Pillar 2 is the spark. This is the part of the story that answers the big question, so why you? What was that aha moment when you knew you had to do something? Maybe it was a conversation or something you saw that you just couldn't ignore. Sharing your personal spark makes your story authentic. It builds trust and shows you're truly invested. All right, pillar 3, the action. This is the show, don't tell part of your story. What did you actually do? The key here is to talk about those first concrete steps. Did you make a quick poster, talk to a few friends, set up a meeting? This shows people that change doesn't start with some giant leap, but with small, doable steps. It proves you have the drive to make things happen. And finally, we get to the impact. This is the payoff. This is where you answer, so what? You show that your action actually created a result. And remember, impact doesn't have to mean a massive number. In fact, a huge, vague number is pretty forgettable. A specific story about how you helped one person, that's something people will remember. Okay, so look at this. The number 10. What does that even mean? 10%? 10,000? By itself, a number is just data. It has zero emotional punch. But watch what happens when we give it a story. And there it is. 10 children. You can picture them and you can understand the real world change. They feel more confident. That is so much more powerful than saying we increased resource accessibility by X%. This is real, it's emotional, and it proves your idea works on a human level. So, you've got your 4-pillar story down. Now what? It's time to get out there and share it. Competitions and awards are incredible platforms. They're not just about winning, they're about testing your idea, getting amazing feedback, and connecting with a whole community of people just like you.
It's really useful to know the difference here. Think of competitions as a lab. You go there to experiment, to refine your idea, and to learn. They're focused on your project's potential. Awards, on the other hand, are more like a spotlight. They recognize the amazing impact you've already made. They give you credibility and a much bigger stage. Both are super valuable, just for different things.
And here's just a quick look at some of the amazing opportunities out there. You've got things like the Holt Prize, which they literally call the Nobel Prize for Students, or the Diana Award, one of the biggest honors you can get for social action. And of course, TEDx Talks, which can take your story and blast it out to millions of people. Each one is a stage waiting for your idea. Now, to navigate this whole journey, you're going to need more than just a great idea. You need a toolkit. And I'm not talking about hammers and wrenches. I'm talking about the skills, the mindset, and the resources that are going to help you keep going when things get tough, because they will. Let's just run through these. Empathy is your foundation. It's how you understand the problem in the first place. Communication is how you share your vision. Collaboration is key, because nobody changes the world alone. Creativity helps you find those outside-the-box solutions. And resilience, oh man, that's the superpower. That's what helps you get back up after you get knocked down. Look, everyone faces these challenges. The fear of failure, it's so real. But the trick is to just reframe it. A mistake isn't the end, it's just a lesson. Feeling like you're all alone? Start building your team, one person at a time. Don't have any money? Get creative. There are tons of amazing free tools out there like Canva for design or Trello for organizing. For every single obstacle, there's a creative way forward. So let's bring this all together. Why do we tell these stories? Why bother with competitions and awards? It's not about getting a trophy for your shelf or a new line on your resume. There is a much, much bigger reason. This quote absolutely nails it. Recognition isn't the goal. It's a tool. It's a megaphone. It takes the amazing work you're doing in your little corner of the world and gives it a platform to reach people you never could on your own. It opens doors to funding, partners, and chances to grow your work. And this is probably the most powerful part of it all. When your story gets recognized, it creates a ripple effect. It shows someone else in another town or another country that change is actually possible. It tells them, hey, if they can do it, maybe I can too. You don't just solve your problem, you inspire a dozen other people to start solving theirs. So we end right back where we started, with a simple question, but this time it's for you. After all this, think about that one problem you've noticed, that thing that bugs you. What is one tiny, small, ridiculously easy action you could take to start? That's it. That's your first step. So what's it going to be?